Hey B.
Hey Kay. Hi everybody.
Welcome to FlowwithKB.
Sharing light, life, and laughter.
With Kofoworola.
And of course, Boma. This one is drumming on my leg. Shit, everything is okay?
KPK.
Oh Lord, no. Sweetie, no. Hell to the no. Stop it. It's not for you, boo. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Kofo is laughing, guys. Excuse her.
I laugh a lot these days. Well, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, boo.
That's a good thing.
Laughter keeps the mind, body, and spirit young. I'm all forever young. I shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
I should.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Please don't.
Wow, it's not that deep now.
Let's continue.
Anywho's. Oh, wow. I say that a lot, but guys, that's my MO. So I'm sure you enjoy it. Anywho's, today we're going to be talking about something that is very, very important to me because, well, lies, some of the truth. I have a lot.
I'm tempted to ask them to cut that part off because as in my head, just continue.
This particular topic excites me because many people are on this table and a lot of my listeners are some of them on this table. So I'm happy to shade them. I mean, I've told them personally, but I'm happy to shade them. So today is about breaking tables, shattering tables, and shaming people. So I'm very excited.
That should have been the episode of that. I was going to say, but I don't want to. I think we give her too much relevance.
Yeah.
Let's scratch it. Let's scratch it. Just forget it. Forget that mention.
Yeah. No need. Moving on. Oshay, come on. So, today we're going to be talking about the things that we need to learn, the things we need to unlearn, the things that we now need to relearn. Very important. English is that though.
3 wise men.
Oshay.
Unlearn, learn, relearn.
English learn.
Someone said that we play too much, Puma. I think legit someone's response was, you guys are too, there's something about this playful. You guys are too playful.
Say we should not be serious, Nick. Will you work?
How can we be serious? The only time I'm serious when I'm doing my lawyer work, apart from that.
The only time I'm serious when I'm doing ministry.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Okay, business too. I don't joke with money. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to start from things that we need to learn. Very important. Now, I've noticed a few things, right, in life over the years. In this my small few years I've been on this earth. Really disrespect one here.
I know you're my auntie, but I'm just like,
wow, Jesus Christ is Lord. You know that you want to insult me. I should cuckoo off the microphone of recording so that what boom your my you will belevu of insulting me.
I'm already hit Abula.
What? Kofo off, get out, deleted, you are cancelled. What's wrong with you? Anyways, one of the things that I think that we need to learn is simple courtesy. This, our generation, we lack it. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying everybody does, but when 80% lacks something, you generalize and say we lack it.
I feel like there's a story. What happened?
Nothing happened. Why something have to happen? Okay. It's general consensus.
Maybe when I mean story, maybe something happened to you.
And it's not just one thing. It's over. And it's not even to me. Like I'm sitting in a room and I see these things happen. I get that. We're the generation that we want to say, nobody should call me their daughter. I'm not anybody's. We get that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that because that brews a certain sense of, those things that manipulatively is asking you to respect people that don't respect you as a human being. So I get that. But when I say we need to learn common courtesy, it's in the little things. On Twitter, how you think you can say certain things to people, curse out people. I saw that one. I saw the person that did that one to you.
Somebody called me stupid. You look at me, God's creation. God used His time to create me from head to toe. He breathed the breath of life in me, finish, and brought me to this world. You now called my mother's 9 months stupid. What did I do to you? I looked, I read that thing over and over again. And I was like, what did I say?
Because of you, I actually went on Twitter that day because I was like, I need to understand what you said that triggered this person so bad to say this to you.
What did we carry? Do you know that I was telling someone that my response, I literally had to pray that Holy Spirit, give me the right words to
Yeah.
say. Because if I responded the way it was doing me, oh God, Jack would have sent us out of Obasanjo's Twitter. So I said, no, Lord,
Wait,
Lord.
I'm sorry,
me.
pause. Jack would have what now?
Sent us out of Obasanjo's Twitter.
You're a nuisance.
Obasanjo that brought internet
But
for
you're a
us.
nuisance.
But really,
Yeah.
that was
Come
too
on,
much.
courtesy. You can pass your points, you can pass your notion without, bringing another person down. We have this idea that I can't shine and you can shine. Like there's no room enough for both of us to shine. Competition is healthy, but when competition now moves to jealousy, strife, not giving people room or not giving people benefits of the doubt. These are common courtesies that we grew up knowing. Our parents gave people the benefits of the doubt. Now, I know, guys, that they are those they are just coconutted people that benefits of the doubt doesn't suit them because they are repeat offenders. You know what I mean? They will constantly repeat this. They are not changing. Give them benefits 50 times. They will fail you 100 times to show you that they are just not okay. But there are people who genuinely make genuine mistakes. So we need to get to that. I feel like we need to get to that balance. I feel like we are an extreme.
Okay.
From we don't want to be our parents, we will end up being another version of our parents.
And even a worse.
Even worse.
So with technology.
Do you understand?
Our parents with technology and keypad warriors.
Yes. So I feel like we need to learn these common courtesies of giving people second chances, apologizing when we're wrong. We are a generation that defends everything. So, I have this saying, and I tell people that I don't know how, because my friends would tell me this saying is something that every human being should hear, and I think the Holy Spirit is the one that gave it to me. You don't apologize to people because you're right or wrong. You apologize for how you made them feel in the moment with what you did.
That is loud. I feel like I don't.
Let it sink in.
You're shouting on top of my head.
When I say it's table breaking,
you're shouting on top of my head.
So we're not saying what you did was bad. We're saying in the moment your reaction caused somebody pain. So I'm apologizing for the pain I caused you, regardless of whether or not it was on purpose or I knew I was doing it. You caused somebody pain. So apologize for that pain. It's not like you're gonna take the pain away, but it makes the person feel like I recognize you. You're relevant.
I just remember this first line of Tenny's song.
Which one?
I can't take your pain away,
God.
but I can make you feel better. That's all. No, but
yes, exactly. Yes,
I can't take your pain away,
but I can make you feel better. Because in saying, Kofo, I'm sorry that I was late. I'm saying I recognize that what I did made you feel a certain way, even if it was traffic. It wasn't me that caused the traffic or accident. But I'm sorry that you felt the way that you felt. I'm acknowledging you as a person. And I feel like that's something we need to get back to the basics of learning. Acknowledging people. In saying sorry, in saying thank you, in saying excuse me. Have you been on the counter before? I was telling my friends of a guy that shifted my body on the counter.
As you like full ground.
Trust me. He may not go down that road. I taught him the own training that his mother taught him that I refused to collect. Oh, Baje roots, sir. As you are tall, you are just tall.
So for things that we need to learn, it might sound very basic, and it might even sound.
It's the basic things.
I want to say one particular thing, and it might sound like why is Kofo Warrella talking about this thing?
Yeah,
is as in I'm wait for it. It is please be me your leader.
Oh God.
See, it might sound like
Thank
oh my God,
you.
please, I'm begging. I told someone the other day that I wish I had like a whip as long as the one that but they said the one that Wonder Woman carries, not a whip, was like something of truth. But something that's as long as that if I should, release it from where I am, it will reach you at Okokomaiko.
Wonderful.
Every time I'm going out and I see somebody intentionally,
drop
things on the floor or, I'm always so upset. Sometimes in the bus I have chopped insults because somebody's beside me and person eating. Remember, you're taking orange and you're just throwing the seed outside. And I'm like, you can't do that. And someone is like, wait, see, mind your business. I'm like, you can't do that. Someone's telling me, it's bad enough. Nigeria is wonderful. Our leaders are amazing, to say the least. But we have our parts to play. And that day, I took my time and I started educating the person. I'm like, okay, so if you throw this plastic bottle, everybody's campaigning for climate change and climate everything, and we can see how the world is, being wonderful. Let me not say otherwise. So I said, if you throw this plastic on the floor and it rolls into the gutter, that is one plastic here.
Yes.
If 20 of us in the bus do the
my
same,
God.
that's 20 plastics. Multiply that 20 by 100 buses, and this is just one trip.
Yeah.
So one day you wake up and the gutter is full.
1,000
and
more.
it rains and everywhere is flooded, and you start saying, oh, the government is not doing their
It's not
job.
the government.
It is you and I.
Yes.
There's one that particularly affected me, and I had to talk. So I was in the bus sitting down beside a dad and his maybe 4 or 5 year old son, and they were taking orange, and the child was like, oh, when the child finished, and the child asked, oh dad, where should I throw this away?
Wow.
And the man said, throw it outside.
Wow.
I couldn't take it. I had to speak up, because today he asked the
orientation,
father. Today he asked the father. Tomorrow he will not ask. So he just thinks that it's okay to just throw it out. You people might be thinking, what's it just being your litter? It's in the little things. If you cannot be disciplined enough,
little drops of water make a mighty ocean.
Exactly. You cannot be disciplined enough to just do that one thing.
Yes,
I mean,
right.
How will you even obey the bigger laws?
Thank you.
Do you understand? If
Thank
you're not,
you.
I think something as little, please, I beg you. If I'm speaking to you and you have one gala wrapper in your hand, hold it. You're in the box. Hold it.
Yeah.
You get him and bean it into your.
In fact,
in front of your house.
it's not just in the car, even in your personal car. Put your trash there. When you get home, put it in the bin.
In the bin.
Some people say I don't want to litter my car, so it's okay not to litter your car, but it's okay to litter everywhere else.
You see, and then the truth.
We need to learn compassion. That's another thing we need to learn. And it's not just compassion for people, it's compassion for life. Life in itself is everything, all encompassing, right? I feel like that's something that, we've lost as a generation. Compassion is very, very lost. The idea to overlook every and anything, I think, is something we need to get back to. Because all these things we're saying, it boils down to compassion. There's this saying in Yoruba, if you begin to see, I can't remember the full saying now, but I know the meaning of the saying says that when you begin to see yourself in the mirror and flashes of every other person around you as yourself, you begin to live life better.
That is just simply the commandment. Love your neighbor as
yourself.
Like, that is it.
Like, every time you wish something for yourself or do something for yourself, make sure that you're thinking of doing it to the next person. It is very lost in this generation, Kofu. We are all about, you see things on Instagram. Who does not love somebody? I saw something on my WhatsApp status. Where are the cutting them down team? Those people that used to come, I'm cutting down in 2021.
Let me tell you why you not see that. Because Corona cut all of us down. So there's nothing more to cut. COVID already cut. All the wings that you thought you had, all the shoulder part.
Everybody's on board.
Corona just do
cut it away.
There's nothing to cut anymore.
Do you
People are just
understand?
tired. So we've spoken about some of the things that we need to learn, which we wish we could even do it. Because I think these 3 topics are even individual topics.
I'm telling
3
you.
different episodes. So let's now go back to things that we need to. We said learn now. So what we're doing, unlearn, right? So things that we need.
So unlearn for me are the things that are bad, but we've considered normal.
This particular topic that's coming to mind, but I feel subject matter, and I feel that we're going to just remain here.
So we should do it another day, or we should.
No, I can still mention it, and it's really, the other day there was International Men's Day,
right?
And people were just, talking about things that are normal.
I know where you are going, and I think we agree.
Things that are normal, like that for guys, that have become the norm, and we're trying to now all those things like, men should not cry, men should not show emotions, men should not giniko, and it brings back vulnerability in men to me.
Exactly.
And those are some of the things that we need to unlearn. And
we need it.
And the truth is, you might be thinking, I'm not, it doesn't apply to me because I'm learning it. But I promise you, even I myself, there's some every day I have to
deeply
constantly
rooted in your
remind
subconscious.
myself. And the one that has happened of late, which is of particular concern to me, is so for the guys now, so I'm talking to you guys, is the self-pressure. So we understand the peer pressure, I understand the family pressure, I understand the every other pressure, but
basically the external pressure.
But now I've been hearing a lot of self-pressure, and because I've been having communications with different guys and different occasions on different subject matters.
I want to ask you a question. Do you realize that self-pressure doesn't emanate? It comes from external. The internal begins to build from the external subconsciously.
I agree.
So it goes back to what you said, that you think it doesn't affect you, but it does. All those time that you were forming, I blocked them, I'm not answering them, but the things they said were sitting in your subconscious.
Let me even bring your mind to one. There's one particular language I always hear when, and that I always point out, because this is a self-pressure, is I have to.
Right.
That's usually the premise. I have to.
Right.
They expect me to.
Who is
I'm like, who is
what's the
expecting
I have
you?
to?
What do you have to?
Yeah.
So the other day, I'm sorry, I not like I spent all my life on Twitter, but I have Twitter on the
Yes, she does.
Twitter is one of the most amazing places you can be in the social space. I'm not kidding. Once you get the hang of it, you will enjoy it. But I'm not here to promote Jack's business for him.
Point of correction: following the right people is how it can be amazing, no?
So someone said something about how sexual harassment, not sexual harassment now, harassment for guys in the workplace, and he gave some scenarios, and believe you me, that was legit the first I was hearing about. So like, oh wow, so the same way girls have their harassment.
Oh yes.
No, it's not even about the harassment in itself. It's the examples they gave, e.g., touching a guy like inappropriately, smack, and I'm like, okay. Maybe I've started thinking of, have I done this before? But I don't know. So I asked him. And I asked him, so Jesus, hey, you're a bad girl. I asked him. And I asked him, I was like, how come I'm just hearing about this? Why are guys not talking about it enough? You're like, oh, will anybody listen? I said, that's not, your business should not be about whether or not somebody is listening. And I said, the reason why people are probably not even listening because you know they're not speaking loud enough. Yeah. Ladies are always, everywhere you go, there's always a conference about
what's that thing we say whenever women, we say, press their necks. Apply pressure.
Apply pressure.
I'm
like, if we talk, and I said, you guys should speak out more. He said, if we speak out, these ladies would think that we're too serious. I almost said, F-U-C-K them.
I'm sorry, I agree with him.
That the ladies will say they're too serious.
Yes.
If you tell them they are too serious, what is your? I think, excuse me, I should not be concerned about how you react to something that does not sit well with me. Imagine if all the ladies says, if we spoke out, guys will say we are too serious, and they don't speak out.
To say, oh.
How so? Genuinely, like how so? Educate me, enlighten me. So I'm not comfortable with this thing you're doing to me, and you don't, and I'm not noting my discomfort because I'm.
Kofo, let me ask you a question. Before this guy said what he said, as a lady in the office, you have a guy that constantly does this. He'll just tickle you like this, poke your waist or rub your face, and you're like, dude,
I had a colleague like that.
I know. I think you mentioned it one time to me. And like, don't try that nonsense with me. Now, let's flip the script.
Yes.
And that you had this person in your office that you like, just your friend, right? But he was like, he's uncomfortable rather with it. And one day he's like, yo, Kofo, please, all this you're hitting, that always hitting me, touching my head when you're passing my chair, going to your own chair, please stop it. In that moment, be honest with yourself. Would you feel like, oh my God, I'm sorry I've been making you feel somehow, it's been inappropriate? Or you'd be like, it's not that deep now, I'm just playing with you.
I'm not going to say I'm just playing with you, Boma. Maybe because I know what I know now.
That's what I'm saying, you know now.
So that's why we're educating people.
Yes.
So that's why I had to also tell him that if you don't, guess what? Even that my friend never tells me. So that kingdom come, I will never know that it's not okay.
Right.
So he should not be worried about how I'm going to react to his statement. He should not even be worried that it's going to put a strain on our friendship.
Yeah.
That should not be his concern. It should be more. We should be, because tomorrow,
I think the heading.
Because we're in Nigeria.
I understand. So I think the heading for this thing we need to unlearn is this idea that what applies for a woman doesn't apply for a man.
Oh, that's
it.
And someone said something that
it's the same way when we're arguing about raping men. You see some women, and that's the part.
Ladies are selfish.
It repels me. It repels me. You will see them carrying boards, talking on Twitter, they are passionate, and then when you flip the script, they're like, I beg, it's not the same thing. How in God's name is it not the same thing? I'm sorry, I don't want to, let's not go to this particular topic because it upsets me. Everything that applies to you that can hurt you can hurt a guy too. See, forget gender. We are human first before we are male or female, which means our emotions are the same. We're created with the same breath of God. Whether if you believe in God or not, something created you. And the same immune system, you have a man has an immune system. One or two organs are different, but our general functioning bodily organs, right, are the same. Which means everything that can pinch or bite you can pinch or bite a man. Everything that can, gun they hurt me, gun they hurt man. But somehow, rape is more intense if it's a woman than it is for a guy. How come?
I'm so sorry.
Let's unlearn this,
so
please.
Sorry for
whatever applies, but you should tell me sorry again.
I'm telling you sorry, Bele.
It gets to me in a deeper way, I beg. Maybe because I know guys that have gone through some of these things and
you understand.
They don't get the same treatment or, the same reaction or people fighting for them or speaking up. Next thing you know, everybody's telling you be man now. Woman touch you, they complain.
As you should be happy, you should be enjoying it. See, to be honest, we cannot exhaust this learning, unlearning, and
just
relearning
unlearn it, please. As you go about your daily, and this is what I want to say about learning and unlearning, especially unlearning. It is harder to unlearn than it is to learn. You have to consciously every day remind yourself that, Boma, this thing is not right. Although you've been doing it for the past 30, 40, 50, 20, 10, whatever amount of years you've lived. See, the fact that my mom used to say something, doing something so long doesn't make it right if it's not right. Wrong is wrong and right is right. Right? So some people tell you, it's because it is. It's not right if it's not right.
I want to say something too. See, unlearning is not exactly fashionable in this generation. So let me just put it out there. So in case you're somewhere and you're trying to unlearn certain things and you see that you're struggling or it's not popular with people, that's because it's probably because you're doing the right thing. You're doing exactly the same way we're saying wear your mask. And it feels like you're the one out of 100 people wearing your mask. It's unpopular. That's just almost exactly how unlearning is. And what I was going to say earlier was that in this topic, I can promise you we're not even going to scratch the surface on the things that we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn.
There's a long list.
So we even would like, and this is one episode I'm begging and I'm pleading to our listeners to kindly send in,
because people have experiences.
Sending things that you think we did not touch on.
You know what? Let's do it this way. We want a list of things.
Oh, perfect.
Write down,
so we can put it on our page.
Note it down. Write it down. 10 things to unlearn. 10 things to relearn, 10
everything.
What's only 10? Wonderful. 10 things to learn, right? The 3. We want to know, what do you think is now a normal thing that just repels you? Like, this thing is not okay, but somehow everybody's doing it. It's just like the way we're saying now when we say men cheat is a normal thing. Let's not even go there. Women cheat is a normal thing. Egbami, erame kale. Hey.
Be calming now. So the last point now, talking about the relearning. Gosh. And for relearning, I think I'm going to come from the values or value system. There are a lot of values I think has been lost or we're losing.
We knew them at some point.
We're losing in this generation because everybody's not worked, we're all worked well for me.
Working.
We are worked and all, and we just, so it's losing.
It's
first of all, one
essence.
thing we need to, I don't know if this falls under any category.
Okay.
But I think we need to, I think it's an unlearning. We need to unlearn the idea of the fact that if someone speaks their native language, it might sound, I know it sounds like surprising.
Sweetie, I agree. It's not surprising. I agree.
And to be honest, I personally I'll not lie, I had that notion growing up, and that is why my Yoruba is very bad today. Because I feel like, if you cannot speak proper English, you're not fancy, you're not this one. And how you been speaking Yoruba? But now I'm so envious of people that can speak their language. Please get lost. I'm so envious.
I will speak your language better than you be.
Don't kill yourself. But that's it, and that's because it stems from the notion of this person speaking Yoruba. Especially when you were younger.
You know what? Pause quickly. What Kofo just said, it just made me realize something. This point is a general point. We need to stop forcing our personal beliefs on people. So you don't think it's okay, as per our language is Raz. You don't need to make somebody else feel
Raz because they can
exactly less than you because your tonation. It's just like how I joke around a lot, and I like when people don't expect from me that I can speak proper English or I can articulate my thoughts. Right? I know you still wonder.
I wonder
exactly. And so I'm in a room and you just look at me and you just you've looked down on me, like,
because
especially maybe if I'm at the corner gisting with my friends and we're vibing and I'm being all goofy and I'm doing this what do you mean by that, or I'm doing my Ghanaian accent, or I'm moving to Zambia, trying to do my intonations, and somebody's like, who the hell is that? And then it actually happened in a presentation that I had, right? And we were joking outside. We had tags. It was like a proper conference. And of course, this set of guys, bougie, classy, looking so good.
Ratchet,
like guys and
bougie,
girls,
classy.
oh my God.
Sorry.
It came together. So we were supposed to sit on the same table, and then they moved our representative cards to another side because they didn't want to sit with us, you know. They couldn't.
Who them?
Wow.
Somebody should have called me.
Kelly.
Oh,
Put your hands down, my friend. So, you know, my friend was very upset. You know, that kind of, who the hell do they think they are? Because they're looking at us and judging us. I was like, calm down. People like this, the way you put them in their place is to show up in full style. You know, and then I get on with my presentation. And I begin to speak, you know, and I'm gesticulating during my presentation, you know, moving my slides. And I could literally see two of them. You know, and in my mind, guess what I was saying? Their father.
Yes.
Their father's father. Who them be? Where them they? Oh my God. Okay. Maybe I'm a little.
This is why they are trying to remove themselves from you.
But yeah, like, I get it. It's hard not to immediately judge people, but catch yourself. I do it a lot. I'm on the road. I see something funny. I catch myself.
See, let me tell you the one that I want to report myself to all of you. One I used to do one time before the Holy Spirit.
Before.
I will now start. Me used to be. I'll start
from your shoe
then
to your
phone.
belt.
No, do you know that there's a time like this? I'll look at your phone. Every person looking, you want kind of phone. Vanity. No, I know better. And I'm like, You know that type of something like. Until we started seeing the likes. Well, not before, way before then, but you don't realize that even the people that in quotes have a lot, they don't. They have a lot. They are not the very materialistic. They don't do the most.
Yeah,
actually. They don't do the most. It's the one that the people that do the most that you tell, oh my God, I like your wristwatch. And then you, oh my something wristwatch. Right. Oh, you mean my Decker shoes? You know, I'm like,
who are those? Move, please. Let's hear what.
Well. So but what comes to mind really that you also like us to relearn? Okay, when I said values, I remember.
Yeah.
How will I explain these values?
I think we need to relearn. This one is very close to my heart. I think we need to relearn how to communicate.
You know, I'm not joking.
It was on your mind.
I swear. I was going to tell you too. We know we said it before.
Yes.
I was going to tell you that I think that communication should have come now. You need to relearn.
Because we used to, and let me tell you the angle I'm coming from. I'm sure you're coming from another angle. The angle I'm coming from is I see children now that can't communicate without tabs and phones. And I have a problem with it because we used to do a lot of sitting around a circle, playing with sand, stones. And I feel like, yes, ten, tinko, all those things. I'm not saying your children should do that. But if you see even us now, we can't communicate. But we expect to teach our children how to communicate.
And that is why when we go for a retreat and you see us playing all those games, it's like, oh my God.
It's all of a sudden... Like, you see adults under the rain and you're wondering what's going on because it takes us back to the times when we could just let our head down and put our shoulders down and just leave. You know, that communication. And I won't lie to you, I feel like those things are the bedrock of why my communication is great now. Okay. Mixing with a lot of people. I see teenagers today, and you know we say these things one more also. They can't know how to talk because they've not existed in that round space. I don't know if you're getting my point.
Something I can say is there's a way you can note your. Sorry, excuse me. There's a way you can note your borrow me English. There's a way you can express thank you. There's a way you can express yourself.
Okay.
Without being rude or condescending or works. I tell people, you know, when we did that episode of when I said my mouth was too sharp and my mouth was not sharp, and I was explaining to you that I think maybe I'm now subject to wisdom.
Yeah,
a lot of us, and we've grown, but
of course,
wisdom has not still fine-tuned our speech.
Maturity isn't wisdom, sweetie.
Oh, okay, maturity
isn't wisdom. Same way growing up isn't maturity.
It has not fine-tuned our speech. So yes, I want to be, and that's one thing. That's why me and my mom always have clashes. I'll not tell her this, but she listens to the episode. Like something she says, I'm like, okay, this woman is right, but I will not tell you that. But it's like, oh no, you don't.
Mommy, you're right.
But you don't still say. She's like, you don't talk. You don't still say some things in a certain way.
Yeah.
It's not get it done. It's not get things done. That's where we say, oh, the Yoruba blood. The way you will make colors. The way you tell somebody to go to hell and they were looking forward to going there. We need to go back to learning how to do that type of that, and that's what they call this sandwich approach. You know how you pad it, so you be soft.
I think it's discernment. You know,
that's
part of it.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
That communication says is the headache. pleading, but it's
to be
something
honest,
we
there's a lot
need
to talk
relearn.
about. I don't think we've honestly
because
not
growing up,
scratched
people
the
could
surface.
correct you and you feel good. Like it will pinch you as bad. You did something wrong, but you take home that you needed to change. I don't know if you had
can't
that.
talk to me.
It's
You're
not
not my
even that.
daddy.
Apart from that's one angle, right? You can't talk to me. Then the people even doing the correcting, people are not trying to correct these days. People are trying to break people down. I don't know if you understand me.
where you're coming
Like you
from.
just want to, because somebody did something wrong, you now want to tell them, I don't even think you have sense. I think what you did was da 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 da. Basically, guys, we're pleading. It's an appeal. Please go back to the drawing board and begin to search yourselves, because I promise you are guilty. You just don't know. This is something that
You
I
just
do.
don't know.
Oh God. I say I check myself, and every time because I go back to these topics and check myself when we do all these things, procrastination, when we do vulnerability in men, how women behave. Do you know that episode made me more conscious of, the guys around me, and I've learned way more than I thought I even knew then.
So, and I'm particularly happy at the fact, I think I particularly a lot too, at the fact that this topic is coming as our New Year's episode. And so when you're saying all this New Year, new me, new things, you come.
These are the things to new.
You are new in. Oh my God, shake me.
Chop my cool.
These are the things to new. And we didn't forget you. So officially from Flow with KB.
Oh my God.
Happy New Year, guys.
It's 2021. We made it.
Yes, we made it. But I don't want to get too excited. Let's say na hype kill 2020.
I'm gonna be hype. I'm sorry. Nothing is gonna steal my joy. I'm gonna remain positive. And if you are a Flow with KB listener, you better get your praise on.
Yeah.
You better get your joy on. You ain't allowed to be unhappy.
Preach, mama.
So I get it. You are not alright. Church girl, what's a lot church? You go to so much church services and conferences. All of it, we know them. You are the people you cried. I said, oh, word, Rema. It's you people. But really though, Happy New Year, guys. We just want to wish you guys a blissful,
yes, from the bottom of our hearts,
from the deepest part of our hearts. And I think the one prayer that we want to pray the most for every single person listening is that heaven itself will pray for each of you in this year, and that every single thing that you feel like you lost in 2020 and over the years, you will get 10 times more of it than you ever wished for.
Amen.
We wish you a happy, happy, happy New Year, guys.
Enjoy the best of 2021. And I really pray. I don't know why. I just feel like saying, I pray that your dreams come true.
Amen.
I pray so all the things, all the goals that you had to move from 2020 due to a lot of
all
things
the disappointments
to 2021. I hope that everything comes easy and you're able to achieve even much more than you can even begin to think or imagine. And thank you for going on this journey with us. This is almost a year since Flow with KB, and we are here today because of you, and for every other person that you have introduced to us. So on behalf of Boma and myself, thank you, and
so
enjoy
much.
a happy new year.
And we hope to go on the rest of this journey through the course of 2021 with you guys still supporting us, loving us, and just growing with us. So Happy New Year from us. Don't forget to like, to share, to be fabulous on the page, comment on the page.
We see your comments.
Oh, we see your comments. Guys, we love it. Don't you love it? There's this thing I say, I so much love it. So please keep them coming, and also don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. Also, don't forget to send in your
topic suggestions
or whatever else you have.
And if you also like to be a part of our
to
recording
be live,
sessions,
like to record with us on one of our episodes, please send in, your request for that. Also, we're going to be advertising businesses, so throughout the course of this season. So if you have a business you'd like us to advertise for you, please also reach out. What are our social media handles, Kofo?
So on Twitter, by now you should be reciting it with us. But on Twitter, follow us at FlowwithB, on Instagram FlowwithKB as it is. Then on our personal handles, for myself, k.t.t on Instagram and Dear Kofoworola on Twitter.
Okay, for Boma, my Instagram is BOMMYJAY @BomiJ. My Twitter doesn't really function, so I use Flow with KB most. So yeah, that's that about that.
All right, peace
we
out.
love you guys, and one more time, Happy
New